this is Ron with Go Fast MV in Sparks, Nevada. Today we're showcasing the 2014 BMW i3. We'll take a look at it and get it out for a test drive. So if you're ready, let's get into it. This is the base trim, otherwise known as Mega World, and it's finished in burnt orange and black. The black on the roof is actually carbon fiber reinforced polymer, which is used to help keep the weight down in the vehicle. And it also includes upgraded wheels. This car has 170 horsepower with 184 foot-pounds of torque. It actually goes pretty quick. Because of the electric motor, you would never think that you are in a subcompact car. This car will actually blow the doors off of a lot of other gas-powered cars that cost 5 times its price. This car is really meant to be driven in the city with its small 60 amp hour battery. Factory, when the car was brand new in 2014, it had a 72-mile range. Currently, again, this is a 2014 model car, and we are in August of 2021, so it's about 7 years old. It gets about 62 miles to a full charge. Now, both of those charges or numbers are when the vehicle is in the Eco Pro Plus mode. We'll talk more about that when we get into the inside of the car. But this particular one, we've actually driven from LA to Reno, which is 300 to 400 miles. What we found when we took that long trip was we actually, even though the trip took a lot longer, we were actually much more refreshed when we arrived, because we'd be able to stop every hour or so and recharge not only the car, but ourselves. Let's start talking about some of the features of the car. One of the unique features is the suicide doors. So you open up the front doors to give you access to the front seat, of course, and then to gain access to the back seat, you open up the rear suicide doors. Now, this seat here is all the way back, and unless you're 8 feet tall, you probably will not be sitting in the car with the seat this far back. It has surprisingly a lot of legroom for as small of a car as it is. I'm 5'9". I just moved the seat to a position that I would actually drive in, and you can see how much legroom is in. I'll get in the car to show you. See, it's actually quite comfortable for as small of a car as it is. There's also, the back seat has 2 small cup holders here for you. And it also has the latch locks, so you can put kid seats in. Looking at the rear hatch of the vehicle, it is quite roomy, again, for as small of a car as it is. You could fit a couple suitcases in there pretty comfortably, and a lot of groceries. It does have a couple straps that you can strap things down with, as well as straps on both sides, and a 12-volt or cigarette lighter adapter spot there. You can drop the seats down and give you a lot more room. Okay, moving to the front trunk area of the vehicle. You pop the hood on the inside just like you would with a normal car, and you release. It does not give you a lot of room. You'd really only want to put small things in here, like your car charger. That comes included with this vehicle, and this also gives you access to changing the only necessary fluids that you need to change in the car, your windshield wiper fluid. Let's move to the inside of the 2014 BMW i3. Since this car does not have a transmission, there's no transmission tunnel, so the inside is quite roomy. It gives you a lot of room in here to put extra bags, groceries, your purse. There is a little holder here that you can put maps or other things in. In the center console area, you have one single cup holder here, and then your iDrive controls, which we'll talk about in more detail very shortly. The armrest here is finished in leather. You can lift this up and you have a storage compartment. Lift the whole thing up and it gives you another storage compartment with your auxiliary inputs and another cigarette lighter adapter, so you can plug in another phone. BMW tried to make this vehicle as green as possible. A lot of the interior areas are made out of hemp, recycled hemp here, and on the door panels. It also gives you a room in both doors for a large water bottle. The seats in the i3 are quite comfortable. They're finished in a nice cloth and with leather accents, and they do recline to give you a little bit extra room. Looking at the driver's screen here, you see that this vehicle has a little bit over 65,000 miles. With it being about 7 years old, that's less than 10,000 miles a year, so it has real low mileage for its age. And you see the range down on the bottom. This will continue to go down, of course, as you move. The main screen is controlled by BMW's iDrive controller here. And then here are your radio and climate controls. You have 8 different presets for your AM, FM. This car does come with heated seats and all of your normal AC controls here. The knob has the temperature right in the middle, and that's actually a real knob. And you can control the fan speed here. And this vehicle also comes with vehicle collision warning. That's what this button is here, so you can turn that off, and it'll tell you frontal collision warning, or turn on and it will alert you. Moving to the steering wheel, this car, the steering wheel is slightly worn, but it's still in pretty good shape for its age. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control settings. And then the right side of the steering wheel, you can control the volume of the radio up and down, and this knob will control different things within your center display, and also controls for your phone. The mode button allows you to change stations within your media. And you can scroll, move it up and down. Let's talk about a few of the unique things with the main computer. Again, everything is controlled with the iDrive here. We want to go into, let's go into vehicle info. And you can, by choosing iDrive, you can see your energy consumption, your energy flow. Comfort information will tell you your range, and it can change the range, the potential range, based on whether you have the heaters on or fans on. If you are in Eco Pro mode, it can analyze your driving and tell you if you are driving economically, or if you have a little bit too much of a lead foot. And then also some different tips on how to improve your range. If you go into settings, in the charging here, this is nice when you're at home and charging the vehicle, and of course you're going to want to charge it at nighttime when the rates are the least expensive. You can set the time here, of when the car will charge and when it won't charge. And then to get out, you just hit menu. Let's go into navigation. This is something that's actually unique with the i3 compared to the other BMWs that have the iDrive system. Let's enter an address, and we want to enter a house number. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can scroll around by moving the dial, and that'll change the numbers. Or you can, with your finger,
1.
You can
3.
right on the top of the iDrive dial here and make it a little bit easier for you to enter the numbers or address. Okay, to charge your BMW i3, you go to the rear charge port, push it in to open up, and you see that there's two caps here. BMW uses the CCS standard, which is both AC and DC charging at the same time. Or you can charge it slower with just one. So you remove the plugs, plug in your charger, and it turned orange to confirm that it's plugged in, and then it starts to flash blue when it's charging. And then you walk up to the front and you look at the screen, and it will tell you here how long it is, and this is a slow charger, how long it is to charge to a full charge, and it tells you where you're at now. We have 43-mile range, and at 6:30 p.m. we'll be at a 62-mile range. All right, now we're out driving the 2014 BMW i3. The car does have a lot more power than you would think that a little Econobox like this has. Since it's 100% electric, the power goes to the rear wheels, to the drive wheels instantly. It takes off pretty quick. We're driving the 2014 BMW i3. We're in a little bit of traffic. In my opinion, this car was really designed to be driven in traffic. Biggest reason is because of the regen braking. As soon as you take your foot off of the go pedal, the car starts to slow down immediately, and you can actually see in the gauge here how it starts to recharge the battery. So I'm slowing down now without even using the brake, and the car will creep to a pretty much complete stop. The car has 3 drive modes: Comfort, Eco Pro, and Eco Pro Plus. It doesn't have a sport mode because it's not really designed to be a sports car. But even in the comfort mode, it drives pretty sporty. So the knob is, or the, not knob, the button is down here. It always starts out in comfort. Then to put it into Eco Pro, you push the button down once, and then on the dash it says Eco Pro. When the car's in Eco Pro, what it will do is it will slow down the car and also increase the regen amount. And then when it's in Eco Pro Plus, it will, again, shows it here, it turns off the AC. Your fan will still run, but the AC turns off, and then it also limits the car to driving no faster than 56 miles an hour. And when you change it from Eco Pro Plus to Eco Pro to Comfort, you can actually see the range change. So now it went from 39 to 33 mile range, and then changing it to Comfort, it changes to 32. About how much horsepower and pound-foot torque cars have, and the average person buying this car really doesn't care about that. They're not going to know the difference between 170 horsepower and 220 horsepower. But what's nice about this car is it does go. And it goes pretty quick. it stops quick too. Now that was completely with regen braking. My foot was over the brake pedal, but it wasn't actually pushing the brake pedal, just because we were coming up on traffic and I wanted to be sure. But the car does move, and it moves fast. That was a 2014 BMW i3. I'm Ron with Go Fast NV. Please remember to click, like, and subscribe. Thank you very much.